Right. One team I want to pivot and talk to is because just like the last split, they've started off really well. It's, of course, Weibo Gaming. But if you know anything about TheShy's career, I know all about him, mate. He will not stop playing games with my heart because every time I'm a stand-on, every time he ever has a good game or even just a couple of solo kills, I just believe again. I think it's Season 8 Worlds. No one can stop him. Even when he's making mistakes, I like rationalize it and cope that it's all like genius, set 16 level Jenga underwater. Like I do it all. And until he has like that game on fucking Crackass, it's just like, what are you doing actually? When I like have to step outside myself, like, stop fucking standing for this guy. He's blowing the game again. So what do you think of Weibo, Dom? Like, should I actually believe in them? Like, I want to believe so badly.
So I think the positive is instead of having two massive inters on the team in Karsa and TheShy, now they only have one massive inter on the team in TheShy. So that's obviously a bonus. I think that their like bot side and their mid is just top tier for LPL. And I've always thought Weiwei was a good player. You know, I was a huge fan of Weiwei when he was on like V5 and VLG. He was always really solid. He was also a pretty creative player. He was one of the players that I remember pulled out like the R-Evolve Gore Drinker Kazakhs last year. And he was like one of the first players to pull out Lilia, for example. So I've always had a high opinion of Weiwei. I think TheShy for me is just like, he just triggers me way too hard because some people that are mega inconsistent like that are like always on the verge of inting, those are like my least favorite players to play with as a jungler.
Oh, it's
like,
fun being a jungler. I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be this angle. Come on.
It's the anxiety of just knowing like this guy's going to int the whole fucking game. Do I have to be there right now? Is he going to int on this wave? Like shit, the other jungler could be top. Maybe I just have to go there. I probably shouldn't go there, but if the other jungler's there, he's probably going to get a free kill. Like I can tolerate that from only support players. That's the only position where I want the guy who's like a borderline inter. I could deal with like a Hylissang or like a Mickey X because support dies, it doesn't blow the game the same way. But TheShy, like he's literally bad like 85% of the time at this point. It's rare where he has a fucking good game. Like he had some good Cassante games. He was having good NAR games, then he gets solo killed. There was a point where he had a run where he was like 0-29 in like 4 games or something. It's just absolutely crazy watching this guy play. So I'll just never really believe on a team I'll never believe in a team that has TheShy on it. Until I see them actually like do something in playoffs, because a lot of his teams do the same thing now where they look pretty good. Oh, they could be all right. They get into playoffs, lose first round. When was the last time TheShy won a playoff series?
It was a long time ago. He was one of the guys who entered rookie a couple of the fucking regionals, I remember.
Oh yeah, he entered rookie, which is another thing that I hold against him because rookie is one of my favorite players. So like there's just a lot that I'm holding against TheShy. But I will say him getting absolutely clapped by Shanji in playoffs, I like that. So Weibo, I mean, obviously they had the big win versus JDG, but they lost to OMG right after it, and I feel like that is just a full display of the inconsistency of that team and why, like, you know, I don't believe in them to, you know, be a Worlds team. Like maybe they could get if they get hot at the right time, maybe they could end up making it. But I wouldn't bet at this point that they're going to make Worlds or anything.
I'm sure some people as trivia know the story that even in the run where they actually won fucking Worlds, they actually subbed in Duke just because TheShy refused to pick correctly in the draft. So to me, that's the problem I have with that as a player, Jensen. Is like, you know what people said? That in scrims and solo queue, it's fine, you should limit test all the time. It's like he just does it in the real games though. Like he just plays so abusively. Like even if you are the best ever, it surely doesn't work if you do every game.
I don't even give him credit for limit testing anymore, because when I watch the way that he dies and like when he gets solo killed, it's like he gets overkilled by like 1k HP. Like he'll play something so bad that he could have 6 items and 1000 HP and he still would fucking die there at like level 6. Like it's inexplicable the way that he dies in a lot of the lane phases. So I just feel like he just doesn't have the touch. He's just unaware of things that are happening, or like his plans are so like, it's almost like delusion as to how he could potentially win this fight ever that he engages in. So, I mean, I don't even give him credit for that anymore. I mean, it's just been split after split of him inting. Like, ever since he's been on Weibo, he's been inting. So that's 2 years now. And that last split in IG beforehand, that was rough. I mean, I gave him a little bit of a pass because it was visa issues. He came in the middle of the split. But he was literally worse than Nene in that split. Like, he was worse than the IG top laner that's been in and out of the lineup for years now. So, I don't know. I'm a TheShy hater. I just feel like his inconsistency is tough. And I know other people see like the Gragas play. They're like, oh, he flash eat into the wall and then missed his Q in his R. Ha, so funny. It's TheShy. And I'm like, he's terrible. Like he's inting the whole game. Like that's as bad as you could play it. Like you can't play it worse than that. So,
where are you at on this,
it's
Jensen?
tough.
Come on.
I mean, I'm definitely on the same page. The last time I did the Big Brain show, and I made a prediction. I thought that in February that Weibo was gonna win Worlds, but I have to tell it all the way back right now. You know, it's like when you watch the LPL.
You realize you didn't have to admit that, right?
I know.
Like you realize that no one would have went back and called you out on that. Like there was no way that people were going to hold you to that. Now you just outed yourself.
I like it. I know.
I mean,
He's doing a double lift.
You know,
Yeah,
I was a big believer. I was a big believer.
Okay.
And then, but my main issue with this team is that they have the opposite mojo of all of the other LPL teams, where a lot of these LPL teams, they go out there and then they play against the LCK teams and then they win fights against these LCK teams. TheShy and Karsa were very big reasons as to this, but this is a team where I'm looking at the way that they're setting up on the map. They're checking all the boxes. This team is, macro-wise, I think they're doing all the right things, and then Karsa or TheShy, either one of them, would just randomly start a fight in mid lane or on the side lane for absolutely no reason and just end the whole game away. And that was my main issue with them in spring, and that was where I was like, I gotta get off this hype train. Some way, somehow, the communication in this team is not working out. Either people are asking people to engage on timings where they're not used to. Is Xiaohu the caller? Is it Karsa who was being the caller? Then now they've replaced Karsa, and then they brought Wei in, and then that has changed. But even with the jungle change, I don't really see. I still see TheShy just randomly eating team fights and the game away as well. So I'm fully off the Weibo hype train. I think that this team, in terms of mid jungle and the bot lane itself, they could steal the 4th seed and then go to Worlds, and then maybe the meta's just right for TheShy again, and you know how it is with these LPL teams, and there's still a chance at Worlds. So I'm not gonna go and make a definite statement either way, but I think that this team, in terms of shared name value, I still think that Crisp and Like are one of the best bot lanes. I would say the second best bot lane in the LPL right now, behind Ruler, and I would say that might still be enough to carry them together with.
You put them over BLG's bot lane.
Yeah, I definitely put them over BLG's bot lane. I think Elk has been very overhyped because of the fact that they made a finals at MSI. Even in spring, I wasn't too high on Elk. Should we? I'll just talk a little bit.
Yeah, go on.
A little bit about Elk
do
now,
BLG
right? So, I just feel that Elk is. Like we talked about Leaf being the AD carry that tends to flash forward. Elk is basically he feels like the Reckless of LPL. But this is a guy who will flash very defensively. In general, the way that he plays is a lot more. He's a lot better on the Zeri and the Xayah. It just happened that Jinx was super broken during MSI itself, and the Fiddles is something that he tends to struggle on a little bit more. So if the meta shifts into something like Ashe, Varus, the Fiddles, where it's AD carry that's immobile, you got to find the spacing correctly and then find the aggressive flashes for us to carry the fights. I do not think Elk is going to look as good as he is right now. Xayah and Zeri, he's definitely very comfortable on those champions, and even I know that he's played like 5 Fiddles game and he has won like 3 or 4 of them, but you look at the way he plays the Fiddles and look at the way that Ruler plays the Fiddles, the way that
Abel plays the Fiddles.
Yeah, the way that Abel's a good at Fiddles player, right? Where the way that they're playing, it almost looks like a different champion that he's playing altogether. So I'm not very high on the Elk train.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.